There are more than 400,000 NCAA student athletes. NCAA on campus is their story.
Today, NCAA on campus visits Midwestern State University to talk with two football players who were members of last year's most prolific Division II offense. Senior quarterback Brandon Kelsey finished fourth last season in voting for the Harlan Hill Award, given to the Division II Player of the Year. Brandon and junior running back Keidrick Jackson led the Mustangs to the school's first undefeated regular season and into the NCAA playoffs. This year, the goals are even higher. For more, let's go on campus with MSU basketball player Skylar Warwick.
Welcome to the home of the Mustangs, Midwestern State University. We're in Wichita Falls, Texas, about 120 miles north of Dallas and 120 miles south of Oklahoma City. Now, there haven't been any falls here on the Wichita River since an 1886 flood destroyed them. But everyone wanted to see the falls in Wichita Falls, so about 20 years ago, the city built an artificial waterfall right next to the river. Midwestern State University has been here for 90 years and has about 6,000 students. We've been a part of the NCAA for just 15 years, but are establishing some great athletic credentials. Our men's soccer team reached the Final Four in 2007 and 2010. The men's basketball team made it to the Elite Eight in each of its last 3 seasons. Last fall, the excitement was on our football field, where the team won all 10 of their regular season games on their way to the conference championship and the NCAA playoffs. Quarterback Brandon Kelsey and running back Keidrick Jackson both earned All-American honors and helped our appropriately nicknamed Mustangs lead the nation on offense, averaging over 531 yards and 48 points a game. These two Mustangs hope to run wild again this season.
We don't pay too much mind to the All-American stuff and the Harlan Hill and all that, because that was last year. That was 2011, this is 2012, and we got our mindset on the national championship.
This season, I'm ready to come together as a team and make sure that we just have fun playing and we win a national championship.
I can throw him the ball, I can hand him the ball. He can run in between the tackles, he can run outside the tackles, he's all around back.
What I love about Brandon's game is he's mobile. I can trust him. I'm family with him. He can throw the ball when we need him to throw. He can run when we need him to run. He can get the first down when we need to get the first down.
Their goals for the team and their appreciation for each other are not all these two share. Both grew up in Arlington, Texas, each of them raised in a single-parent household, and both Brandon and Keidrick have faced the toughest of times. They've lived fourth and long.
I didn't think I was going to go to college after high school. My mom was a single parent, and I've met my dad one time. I was young, and I didn't understand why he wasn't around.
He showed up at 238 pounds, a bubble of fat and out of shape. And his mother, I can remember the day, and I'll never forget, his mom parked out in front as we were coming off the practice field, and she said, here's my Keidrick, you take care of him, and I'm leaving. And that's how he was dropped off.
He took me in, he told me to just work hard, and hopefully I can get on the field. And ever since then, I've been doing good, working hard.
You could see he had good work ethic, and he practiced hard and worked hard, and he's always had a smile on his face. He's always been a positive guy, and he's always been a guy that does it on his own.
Been around the coaches and my friends on the team, and it helps me grow every day. And the coaches always tell me that they can help me with anything. They took me in, Coach Maskell, and carried me all the way to right now. And it helped me just let go of the past of my dad not being around and just move on through the future.
While Keidrick was turning his life around, Brandon Kelsey had his life turned upside down.
In January of his freshman year, his dad, who's all he has, was run over by a little old lady crossing the street in broad daylight.
I was calling my dad, but he didn't answer, and he usually picks up his phone. So I walk in the house, and his phone was on the table, and I checked his room, he wasn't in there. And when I pulled up to the apartments, there was a care flight leaving, and all these cops and stuff out there. So I just walked back outside, and I was like, maybe my dad's looking at it, and I just missed him. And I walk out there, and I seen both of his shoes out on the street, and they'd actually already taken him off to the hospital. So I had to call the hospital and went up there. And it wasn't until the next day that they declared him dead because of no brain activity. Growing up, it was just always me and my dad, 19 years that we were together. And I rode around with him everywhere. He was a record driver for about 20 years. And I rode around with him everywhere, changed my diaper in the truck. But there isn't another person in this world that I'd rather have bring me up other than my dad.
We all went to the funeral. We all sat at the funeral. I think that was critical for the support of him at the time, and our administration was there as well. We set up a fund for him, to pay funeral expenses and what have you that people donated to. And I think that just letting him know that, hey, we're here for you. Let's talk through these things.
First, I didn't deal with it very good at all. I was in a bad place. I didn't even want to come back up to school or anything. But after talking to Coach Renner and Coach Maskell and all these coaches that we have here, I came back up here and had a good semester that next semester in the class. And then time heals everything, and I know that my dad would want me to stay here and get my degree. That's the one thing that he wanted me to do, was be successful.
Last season, the two guys from Arlington were nicknamed the Pony Express. But the Express started out with a few bumps along the way.
Oh, me and Keidrick, we've came a long way. At first, when we first got here, we used to butt heads. But now me and Keidrick are real cool. We actually do a lot together now.
When we first got here, we kind of bumped heads. We had to do a lot of team bonding and some team communications and all that. And we ended up being good friends. Being in the backfield with them is fun.
Friends now, and each part of a group that is much more than a team.
We've let him know that, hey, you're part of us, you're part of our family. We want to be able to say, Brandon, come see us when there's issues. And he may not have reached out to us, but we've reached out to him, and having him over to our house for dinner, playing basketball with him, just hanging out with him and playing pool, going to lunch with him, just having him in the office and talking about anything but football.
We're a family, you know what I'm saying? We all have each other's back. When you lose someone, you got to go to someone who's close, and we were close, so he could just talk to us, and we were there to comfort him when times were hard.
Yeah, I feel like we're a family. I feel like we're close, and we know a little bit about each other's backgrounds, and I think that's what makes us good friends.
Ever since my dad passed, I've made a lot of lifetime friends here on the team and in the school. And if it wasn't for them, I probably wouldn't have made it this far into my career here at the school.
Families come in all shapes and sizes, as small as a parent and a child, as large as a football team, as large as the Midwestern State Mustangs. Thanks for watching NCAA on Campus.